So from what I've seen lately, I said this a couple of months ago. I actually said this in January of this year. But Eastside Cruz is basically gonna set his direction on trying to fight Tank Davis next. He's not trying to sugarcoat it. He's not gonna walk around it. I think it's a very smart decision for him because when he sit up here and calls out Tank and everything else, it can kind of build up momentum. A lot of these guys, they want to wait until they actually get in the ring with somebody else, then they'll wait until somebody else sets up a fight. But I think Eastside Cruz is trying to set up a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis next, no matter what else is going on. Early this year, I thought Rayo was actually going to be a person that was going to fight Tank Davis because with the situation, actually I thought it was Frank Martin last year. In January, I thought it was Rayo because Tank Davis he turned down Pitbull in January. This is around the same time that Williams Zepeda turned him down, which a lot of people don't report on because they're not real Tank Davis fans like me. But when Williams Zepeda turned down Tank Davis, that's when he sent out a message to Pitbull telling him to leave him alone and everything else. And I knew that was just a publicity thing because I've seen Canelo do the same thing with Triple G. Tank and Canelo have a lot of things in common. But one thing I haven't realized, though, a lot of Canelo fans, they punish Tank for doing the same thing that Canelo has done. But with that being said, I feel like Pitbull was actually going to go in this direction with the Tank Davis fight. I've been announcing that a couple times this year. But with Pitbull confirming that he was going to go with the fight, I was just going to announce it. He wants to have the Tank Davis rematch next. The winner of him and Rayo. He's focusing on Rayo right now. And he feels like Rayo's power isn't going to be on the same level as Tank. Not specifically he's saying that, but he's just saying like his power isn't what he think it is. Like he's not throwing like that. But my eyes, man, Rayo got some power. Like say what you want, I think Rayo got power. I think Rayo might have slightly a little more power than Rolly Romero. Not being funny, he might slightly have more power than Rolly Romero. Just to be honest, if I had to guess. But overall, and Rolly Romero has a lot of power. But overall, I think Pitbull Cruz is gonna put himself in position to try to fight Tank Davis because I don't know if it's gonna be a 35-40 fight, but Pitbull is doing everything he can to get in position to fight Tank. He's still open to 135, so he can fight at 35 without doing the catch weight. Tank Davis has fought at 140 before, so he can fight there. Tank Davis is he's still open to in-house fights, so he could possibly roll with Rayo. Look, right now I'm picking Pitbull Cruz, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like I'm slightly like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, man. Cause I like Rayo. I think Rayo is very underrated. I think he's very slept on. So with that being said, and then after losing, like it's different, especially when you go into that dark place. So I feel like Rayo's at a high level, and a lot of these people aren't really giving him his credit. But Tank Davis could easily fight a guy like Rayo. If Rayo goes out there and stops Pitbull, nobody out here is gonna say, "Man, I don't want to see Rayo fight Pitbull." Tank Davis. If Rayo stops Pitbull, nobody gonna say, "Hey, man, I don't want to see Tank fight Rayo." Yeah, you're gonna want to see Tank fight Rayo, and you'll forget about the Pitbull fight after he gets stopped, because that's what people do. They'll see a guy get stopped and think he's damaged goods. So yeah, they would see that Rayo and Tank Davis fight. So yeah, that's definitely a pick I'm going with. I've been going with that all year, but I'm going with it now because I never announced that Lomachenko was going to fight Tank Davis. I never announced that Tank Davis was going to fight Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, they'll talk about it, but I know what goes on. I'm not going to announce a fight until I know for sure that it's actually being talked about. Now, Benavidez and Canelo, at least that was actually being talked about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys not even talking about it. They're not even putting an offer on the table. They don't even have an offer. They're still talking about sending contracts. So Pitbull fight what, next week? And we still talking So let me ask y'all a question. So Pitbull fight next week, and we still talking about who Tank and all these other guys are gonna fight. And Pitbull coming up? Nah. And he's looking towards that fight, but he's not overlooking Rayo. Yeah, man, the winner of Pitbull and Rayo is possibly next. I'm talking about a high possibility. If it's not next, I mean, then I'll be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong on this one. I haven't been wrong in a while, as far as, especially when it comes to picking opponents. Oh my God. I picked Shakur Stevenson's last opponent, Tank's last opponent. Who else? That's two big ones right there anyways. That's two huge opponents. I don't think I said anything about Pitbull and Rolly. A lot of people would. Hold on, I don't know. On my page back then, a lot of people was saying Rolly and Pitbull. It's a lot of people that follow Pitbull on my page that was actually asking for that fight. So I gotta give everybody credit on that one. I think everybody chose that. It's a lot of people that's smart on the page. You know what I'm saying? They know what they're talking about. Hopefully they don't fall into this death trap of all this fake news that's going out, because I'm starting to realize there's a lot of fake news that comes out in boxing. And fans are supporting it. And you have to keep reporting the real news, and time will tell. You know, you gotta build up a reputation. I know how it goes. But it's definitely surprising that a lot of people are just running with mainstream narratives. It's scary that mainstream still controls boxing. We have every electronic technology and just all the mechanics and machines and all the data that's going on, and we're still falling in the traps of, oh, I thought this was going to happen. It's terrible what happened in boxing. I'm telling you, like, bro, this year has exposed everything. It has exposed everything. Like, it's a good thing that Turkey Al-Sheikh is involved in boxing, but it's a bad thing about how much he's helped expose ever since it started. It's a good thing for me though, because if it wasn't for Turkey Al-Sheikh, I would be looking crazy right now. But yeah, and Turkey Al-Sheikh is doing this event with Cruz, so he's doing business with Cruz right now. So which lets me know that Tank Davis will be, if he wants to do business with anybody else, he'll be involved with Turkey Al-Sheikh eventually. But right now, these domestic fights he's doing, I already know it's helping boxing in the U.S. right now. We don't have any. If Tank was fighting in Saudi Arabia right now, we wouldn't have no fights over here except Haney and Ryan Garcia, which people didn't want. So yeah, I feel like that fight definitely gonna be close to being next. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.